What would you change if you could change anything today in boxing?
Well, I'm loving what boxing is doing. I mean, with two guys in there with the boxing gloves on, MMA you can get hurt real bad. I like MMA too, but I love boxing. Boxing gives you a chance. I would put my son in boxing, but I wouldn't put him in MMA. MMA, you can get hurt right quick and put your eye out or something right quick. So boxing is fair. Boxing right now is fair. I mean, you win, you lose. You got an opportunity to live another day. Most of the time, you know what I mean? It's dangerous. It's a dangerous sport, but it's a good sport.
Talk about Mexican Independence Day. We could call this Teddy Atlas here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You heard it from the champion himself, knocking out the competition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And with us, by way of Zoom, by way of Boom, it doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, the ambassador of PVC, Mr. Boxing, the face of the sport, the answer to every question that's thrown at him inside and outside of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Sam the Man Watson. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice, sir.
Can you hear me? Am I on?
I can hear you. How we doing? Welcome to The Fighter's Voice.
What's up, brother? The Fighter's Voice. I'm with you all the way.
The Fighter's Voice. I'm like you, Sam, the only voice that matters.
Great. That's great. I'm
Sam,
glad to be here.
A lot of people see you inside of the ring, outside of the ring. They see you as the ambassador, the face of PVC. But I want to stop them right there. You are actually one of the main faces of boxing. Talk to us about how you got involved in the sport and how the sport has changed since you got involved and now where it's at today.
Well, in 1999, there was a guy named Vernon Forrest from Atlanta, from Augusta, a fighter. And he kept telling me, and he kept calling me and saying I could beat Sugar Shane. Sugar Shane was the champion of the world at that time, and he had beat Sugar Shane in the amateurs. So he felt like if he can get an opportunity, he can get and fight Sugar Shane and beat him again. So he kept calling me, and I kept calling Al Heyman and telling Al Heyman that this guy keep calling me named Vernon Forrest. So it took a little while, but we finally got it straight. We took our first fighter. Our first fighter was Vernon Forrest. And Vernon Forrest took a little time to get that championship fight. But he did it. He did everything he said he was going to do. And that's how we got in the game in the year 2000.
I remember when he got that opportunity, he rose to the occasion. And not only that, a lot of people thought it was a fluke. A lot of people thought early that he had his number. But what did he do? He ran it back again, and you had the same result. I mean, with that devastating right hand, kind of Tommy Hearns type. He was long, rangy, boxer, puncher, considered by most as the full package. Tell us about how that relationship changed after Vernon Forrest became a world champion.
He started making a lot of money. He started being a little. He was in Atlanta, in Augusta, and he would come to LA with me and hang out with me sometime. He just when everything came so fast for him, he was just a great guy. When he was fighting, he would fight anybody at any time. He just made it. He was a super kid, running for us.
You know, he would call you because he believed in himself, but it took a lot for you to co-sign for him, which means you believed in him. You just happen to have that knack and that eye for talent. Is that something that resolved throughout the whole years, or when you just see it walking through the gym, you already know?
Well, at that time, we weren't in boxing. We were in concerts. We were promoting concerts. The OJs and Frankie Beverly Mays, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. I mean, we were doing all kind of stuff in them days. So what happened was Vernon, I knew a lot about boxing, and I was glad to meet Vernon and talk to Vernon, and everything just took off. Al Heyman's real smart. He knew how to give him the right big fight, but he wasn't in the fight game either. We were in concert business. So business is business, and it came out, and Vernon Forrest took over. He get an opportunity to do it, he did it.
And that relationship grew, which is still rock steady to this day. and boxing has changed as a whole, as entire boxing, but there's something about the PVC, the whole name itself, and the whole concept, and the certain fighters. One thing I do know about PVC, they don't have time to groom their fighters. They chop the fat right off the bat. They just put them in there, and they want to see a dogfight. They want to see what this fighter is really made of. Those days of, hey, let's take 3 years, we'll groom them. PVC says, I'm gonna put you in the ring, you groom yourself. It's on the job training.
Yeah, we've done exactly what you just said. We've gave everybody opportunities, and a lot of them came through. Most of them came through. I mean, we've had some great fighters, young fighters. We started with we had a whole bunch of fighters. Now we got about 200 now. So we still doing our thing real strong. We're happy. I'm very happy. I love the sport of boxing. I love what it is for us, for me, for PBC. I just love it.
There's a lot of promoters out there. You got the Top Ranks, you got the Eddie Hearns, the Matchrooms, you got overseas, and you got the Golden Boys. Why does PBC continue to always evolve as if not the number one, top of the line every single time? I mean,
Well,
they never seem to be up against the ropes. They're always the shot callers.
I can speak for myself. My job is to relate to the families, relate to the fighters, relate to the fathers, the mothers and the fathers. And when I do that, I love doing it. I love talking to people. I love to be more involved with the kids and the whole family. So I like doing that. And it's just a fun. It's like it makes people feel comfortable. You know, it makes the whole family, people feel comfortable.
You've been around boxing, you've seen it change. What does boxing need today? If it needs anything, what does it need today? Because I'm tired of people saying, oh, boxing, another black guy in boxing. And you know what? Those are people who don't understand the sport, that people that don't have patience, or they're either an MMA fan, they don't understand the whole concept of the sweet science. What would you change if you could change anything today in boxing?
Well, I'm loving what boxing is doing. I mean, with two guys in there with the boxing gloves on, MMA you can get hurt real bad. I like MMA too, but I love boxing. Boxing gives you a chance. I would put my son in boxing, but I wouldn't put him in MMA. MMA, you can get hurt right quick and put your eye out or something right quick. So boxing is fair. Boxing right now is fair. I mean, you win, you lose, you got an opportunity to live another day. Most of the time, it's dangerous. It's a dangerous sport, but it's a good sport. It's getting better and better. We got big fights coming up with Tank, big Benavides, Canelo. I mean, we got big fights. So we got a guy named Justin Valora. He's a new champion, going to be a new champion. He's about 8-0 from Hawaii. He can fight. He's fighting on the 19th on Tim Zoo's card up in Orlando, Florida. So there's always somebody new coming up that's going to steal the show.
And there's also fighters that get more experience and they become a better fighter after a loss. And I'm going to throw the name Caleb Plant at you. And right now, he is going to be the most avoided fighter in the division because you match him up against anybody. He has never been dominated. He's always been in the fight from the first bout to the last bout. I don't care if you're fighting Benavides or Canelo. He comes in with so much confidence. He knows what he brings to the table. It's going to be soon that he wears that strap once again.
Yeah, Caleb Plant is a great fighter. He'll fight anybody at any time. He's always ready to fight, and he's my kind of guy. He's got a lot of soul, he's a good kid. He's a great kid from Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, and I just love him. I just love him, Caleb Plant.
Let's talk a little bit about Tank Davis. A lot of people want to fight Tank Davis, and I truly believe that's all they want to do is fight Tank Davis. I truly believe they really don't think they could defeat this man because the only one that could defeat Tank Davis is Tank Davis. And I don't see him defeating himself anytime soon. He's matured. He's grown. He knows how to handle the microphone. He doesn't need anybody to speak for him. When it comes to fight time, he takes care of business. He doesn't give any rounds off. He's studying you. He's setting traps from day one. He knows exactly what he's doing makes few mistakes in the sport of boxing. If anything, he should be in the top 3 as the face of boxing. What's your comment once I said that about Tank Davis?
You're exactly right, Richard. You are exactly right. He's he studies the sport. He loves the sport. He's always winning, always knocking somebody down, knocking somebody out. Uh, he's hungry. He's a champion. He's been a champion. He's still hungry, and he loves the sport. He loves it.
What big fighters, what big names would you like to see him share the ring with?
I mean, he well, they're gonna be fighting this year before the end of the year. I know, so he'll fight anybody. Tank is different. Tank is he's a knockout artist. He's a boxer. He's everything. So it don't matter who they put in that. As long as they weigh the same, he will fight him. He will win. He's a great guy. I keep saying the same thing about all my fighters, but they're the same. They just love to fight. PBC fighters want to fight, will fight anybody, and that's what makes them. That's what makes Tank. I mean, his fight with Boris was fantastic. He knocked Boris down. Boris got up. I mean, that was some real good fighting when they was fighting. So I don't know. Whoever's out there for him, he'll fight him.
He's very exciting. And what he doesn't get credit for, because numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Tank brings the numbers when it comes to the pay-per-views, when it comes to the attendance. And a lot of people, there's certain fighters, they'll show up to see a fighter lose or win, but they show up. With Tank, everybody shows up because they know that he's going to win, and they want to see him to continue to win and grow and be an ambassador in the sport of boxing as well.
Yeah. He's like I said, he's a winner. He's one of our strong winners. It's like Benavidez. Benavidez the same way. I mean, fantastic fighters.
What I like about you guys is you have 2 fighters. You had Caleb Plant and you had Benavidez. Instead of stringing them along and letting them fight other fighters, you said, you know what? They both belong to us. It's an easy matchup. Let's make it happen. One of our fighters is going to take an L, but you guys have the balls to put your fighters and have them share the ring together. And that's what a lot of these promotion companies, they want to protect and so forth and cater to. You guys said, you know what? Let these guys fight. And the true winners are us, the fans, the supporters, and the followers.
Yeah, that's exactly. You've done your homework on everything. You really know about us because that's the way we are. We do that every time. You know about Don King, huh? Don King's not feeling too good, huh?
No, he's not feeling too well. And you know what? I'm going to take this time right now because I keep it real. I'm a believer in Jesus. Lord, I pray right now for Don King. I pray for Carl King too and the rest of the family. I pray for his health to be better, to be stronger, Lord. And I just pray that you uplift him and the family, give him strength. And in Jesus' mighty name, we speak complete life and healing into his body as we come in agreement. Amen.
That's my man, Don King. Great guy.
One of the best promoters in the sport. He put the top names on there. The top dog is putting the best promotions. I remember he put together, it was called the rematches. I was there at that fight. You had the Simon Browns against the Terry Norrises, the Frankie Randalls against the Julio Cesar Chavez.
Wow.
The list goes on. Gerald McClellan, he had them all. Julian Jackson. I mean, you name it, he did it and he put it together. The best fights out there. He gave Ricardo Lopez a platform. A lot of people didn't know about him. Retired undefeated with 1 draw in the strawweight division. Never had that fight with Michael Carbajal like the fans wanted, but it wasn't like Don King wasn't trying because he tried to put that fight together, put together the best cards in the sport of boxing.
What's going to happen with Mike Tyson?
I think Mike Tyson reinvented himself. I think he's very wise at taking that fight because numbers don't lie. Like I said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Mm-hmm. And that paycheck don't lie. He is doing the best he can to get in shape, and he's doing a fine job, and he's not in there to embarrass himself. He's going to go in there and take care of business. He knows exactly what's going on, and it's just like Mayweather. If you didn't get a chance to see Mayweather in his prime, or you didn't get a chance to see Mayweather, fight, if you can see an exhibition and as if to say, hey, look, I got a chance to see him just enter the ring. And that's the same thing that's going to go on with Mike Tyson. He's very marketable. He's an ambassador for the sport. He's reinvented himself over and over again,
You know,
and he's become a gentle giant and a wise man, and he's good for the sport of boxing.
you know when Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul, after the fight, I was in the ring with Floyd, and my phone rang, and it was Mike Tyson. Mike said, "What just happened?" I said, "You saw it." He said, "What just happened, Sam?" I said, he said, "That's incredible." He kept saying, "What?" So he said, let me talk to Logan Paul. So I gave Logan Paul the phone. Logan was happy. He just not had a fight, didn't get knocked out. So he talked to Mike for 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. And I knew that day that Mike Tyson knew one day he'd be fighting one of them brothers. On that day. I remember that real well.
Well, you know what? Iron sharpens iron. Wise minds think alike, and you're somewhat responsible for making that happen. You connect the dots and put it together.
I got to come back on your show when I can really talk about some stuff. Right now, I just want to say, I want to make sure I got on your show. I haven't been on nobody's podcast at all. But I came on yours first, so I just wanted to come in. I ain't said nothing yet today, but when next time I come, I promise you, I'll tell it all. I'll tell it all.
And that's what I'm looking forward to. And I know you're a very busy man. Actually, Sam, it's taken, I would say, almost 4.5 years from the very first time that I've talked to you and got your number and to get you on the show. It's been very long. I've been patient. You've been very courteous, very polite every time I see you.
I say no all the time, but this time I said yeah to you because you just were so clean cut and cool at the fight last week or 2 weeks ago. You were real nice and real business. And I said, okay, I'll do yours. So one of these days I'm going to start doing everybody's, but doing yours first.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me, to us, the followers, and all the supporters, because you're the face of boxing and the voice of boxing, especially when you're on the Fighter's Voice. Between me and you, Sam, hey, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm in the ring, you're in my corner, or you're in the ring, I'm in your corner. Iron sharpens iron, my man. And tonight, we just sharpened each other's iron, and we're about to take a bold step in the sport of boxing and just make it completely awesome being here with you, the ambassador of boxing. You know, your words are soaking in stone, my man.
Whatever I can do for you, I promise you I will do, because you're the first person that I talked to on a podcast. So, yes, I will get information and we would do it. We would talk about some stuff, but not right now.
Okay. I'm just going to throw this at you. PVC in association with the Fighter's Voice podcast coming in 2025. Produced by Sam Watson.
We talk about everything. Let me get busy. I got to go back. I got some hamburgers downstairs.
So, I got to ask you this right now. I got to ask you this real quick. How was the concert last night?
The concert with Usher was great. Fantastic show. It was really nice. It was in L.A. at that new stadium, that the new basketball arena where Clippers going to play, brand new. So yes, it was fantastic. I couldn't get you last night, but I got you tonight.
Yes, you did. Hey, enjoy your steak, enjoy your lunch, enjoy your dinner, enjoy your life, and appreciate you bringing up Don King so we can send our gratitude and our prayers to him. As always, hey, Rich Ortiz here with the Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters, and I want to thank our guest, Sam Watson. Together, we're simply knocking out the competition. As always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure. Talk to you soon.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.